And all of a sudden, just like that, Jared, EG can afford no more mistakes.
Exactly. And this, of course, is going to be a best of 3.
Yeah.
Which means EG is up against the wall, facing elimination from the BlizzCon tournament.
Not just any wall, a wall made of lava. It's first seed, or we're out of here.
All right. Let's get these players back in the game. I'm sure they want to get the second round on the way. So what do you think about that last match? What was the big defining moment for you?
The defining moment for me was EG just unable to break free of the CC that the game since DNAW was able to roll out on them. You know, I even saw hexes being thrown into the rotation, which I have not seen in some of the other DNAW games, to be honest with you. They used every single trick in the book to push EG onto their back foot and really just put them behind. Sidu played extremely well, as always, but he was a focus target from the very beginning of the match, which we don't usually see when people go up against Team EG. I think it was a strategy that maybe they didn't expect, and like I said at the start of the match, you know, EU MLS is very different from US MLS, and it really, really shows. The EU style is a bit more aggressive, more damage-oriented, and then they were able to kind of weave in some of that control that we see, you know, the US teams like Skill-Capped focus on, and it worked out brilliantly. They were able to take that map away from EG. But then again, you know, it's Ring of Valor. Talbadar does not have the luxury of, you know, being a mage and having more defensive cooldowns and positioning cooldowns, and it's not like he can spam his fear. So they've got fewer peels for Sidu and Talbadar compared to the MLS. So it's a bit of a disadvantage in the open field. Ring of Valor is a tough matchup for them almost every single time. And GameSense just played it perfectly, basically.
They definitely did. I really like the European style of the MLS with faster damage right from the start. I mean, we did see Pooks spike Azale and Talbadar pretty quickly during the matches, but not like this.
Without the focus on Sidu, you saw it didn't really mean that much. Yeah.
All right. So we are going to get into the second round right now. It is going to be on Blades Edge Arena. Top left on your screen is going to be Team EG, who's going to be playing against, of course, GameSense.
Yeah.
All right.
This is going to be a good matchup for them. It'd be a lot of swapping top to bottom, because now, you know, both teams do have opportunities to reset. There are quite a few spots on this map, actually, where they can fall back and the other team would be a fool to follow. So we might see a longer match here. We might see maybe even maybe even a 15-minute match. We might see that healing debuff come into play. I really wouldn't be surprised, because EG can't afford to just run in here and make a mistake.
All right, guys, it's Team EG. They're facing elimination. Let's hear some noise for these guys. They can't lose this round. All right, so the match starts out as normal with Talbadar tossing out those mass dispels, trying to get as many buffs off the other team as possible.
Yep, Tal always playing out front there, and you know, this is pretty typical Blades Edge for Wizards in general. But look at this game since DNAW getting so aggressive. Rodriguez is pretty much standing amidst EG, and that's not something you normally see for a mage here on Blades Edge playing.
Wow, look at that crowd control. EG looking like a different team this match already. Rodriguez down to half very quickly, and they look at these swaps, impeccable swaps. The damage is just all over the place from Team EG.
Yeah, and that was, like I was saying, Rodriguez extending into that was a bad idea, because that just allows so much damage for EG to get free. There's nothing you can do to mitigate everything from every member of that team. And when you're standing in the midst of them, you see the results. And he's trying to get in there, trying to lock him down. You know, Dakroth right there next to him, trying to get a big ring to fear combo, no doubt, and set something up. And I think maybe they're playing more of a mental game here against EG. They just want to stay aggressive and force mistakes, because they know that they've got that advantage coming into this with 1 point, and they only need 1 more.
And Mage Lock Shaman, so much crowd control coming out of it. We see the spell lock onto Azale. Trinkets that spell lock right there. Knows he has to put out more damage, because they got Drudenhouse pretty low in the last push that they made. All right, so we see those wings coming out of Talbadar, who gets feared right as he pops those wings.
Good.
He's going to toss out his Psychic Scream, followed by a silence onto Dakroth, but he's going to be stuck in that ring for a little while.
Talbadar did barely just get caught into that with wings for a second and interrupted on his Shadow School. Unfortunately, Talbadar, that really is going to hurt his damage. We see Dakroth has so many dots rolling on Rodriguez as well.
Oh, here comes the spikes down to 30,000 hit points right there. That was a lot of damage. Not sure if he still has that instant Mind Blast up. Probably not.
You know, that's one of the great things about Shadow play, is sometimes you're at 50%, you don't even know it. And EG can make that happen. That was a mind control on Dakroth, by the way.
Very smart. Dakroth, 30,000 hit points, mind control, as he jumps down with that excellent mind flay, because he was getting out of line of sight.
Talbadar channeling like a boss through the bridge, and Dakroth is definitely running for cover now. The MLS needs to get away and reset. They have got to get to a point where they can drink. Drudenhouse is looking bad on mana. Sidu could barely have more mana. So
look at these swaps, forcing Rodriguez to block because of all that dot damage, because Drudenhouse pretty low on mana at this point.
Yep, and Glyph Evocate coming back, helping out Drudenhouse, but that fear is not going to help him out too much. Talbadar disrupting time and time again. He's definitely the more aggressive player on the team.
Oh, look at that coil onto Dakaroth. Also, both players are down bottom by themselves. Drudenhouse is coming back in. Oh, he gets picked back up. That Spirit Link Totem wasn't that effective, though. Talbadar is going to be deep frozen because they know they have to live through this. If Drudenhouse can get away at this point, as he's hiding behind that pillar.
Yep, and Rodriguez feared out. This is a bad line of sight for him to be in.
Oh, but so is Drudenhouse, as Azael has him in the middle on the bottom. But look at the team of Game Sense. Not much hit points whatsoever. Rodriguez still has a second block, it looks like, because the hypothermia came back up. But Drudenhouse down to 50,000. And there we go. Huge heal coming out.
Yeah, Rodriguez actually having a quick block there to get over and peel for Drudenhouse and Dakaroth. If he hadn't done that, Drudenhouse could have definitely gone down there. You know, sub 30k hit points, not like you do. And Drudenhouse getting a drink, extremely important. Rodriguez sitting on his ring to bandage himself. Very smart.
Yeah, he has to do everything possible at this point. But that was a great ring. However, that 30,000 hit points, we see a fear onto Dakaroth right there. Drudenhouse got dotted back up, but Rodriguez, so down bottom, he's trying to bait the team of EG to come down and face on him because he knows that Dakaroth is in trouble, and also Drudenhouse doesn't have much left at this point.
You know, I think the damage is going to tell the tale in this match, VHL, because just looking at the dots rolling, Azael has such uptime on Game Sense. It's just hilarious. Their health bars have been not 100% for basically the entire match, whereas EG's sitting pretty. Sidu, I don't think he's gone below 70k mana the entire time.
Well, Dakaroth is completely out of mana at this point. Gets feared away with a big howl right there. Drops that tremor to get out of it.
Almost making it look easy. Shadow Play just controlling MLS here on the bottom, rolling out that damage and avoiding any sort of combos they get into. Azael caught into a deep freeze, probably not going to be converted into any other crowd control. They might just want to get some damage on him and try to stop him from chasing, because he is a major source of dot damage, obviously, and that's really what's killing Game Sense.
He swaps the Earth Shield back onto Dakaroth, expecting more damage coming out of him, but a good coil onto Azael right there, who is, gets gripped back, because that was a dangerous situation with that War Stomp also on Talbadar. That War Stomp was a little bit earlier. It might have spelled death for Azael, but Azael feared away in the center of the bridge as that breaks to damage.
Yep. Looks like EG playing a little back now towards their starting area. Azael. And another deep as his pet gets banished in mid there, looks like.
Rodriguez's damage at this point onto Azael isn't what it was at the beginning of the match, of course. Rodriguez having to play a little bit more defensively.
Rodriguez also having to run all the way back up to the top side to get back in this fight, only to be dropped down again. So Rodriguez doing a lot of running here, a lot of positioning being played, and EG has got pretty firm control of the top side. Game Sense going down bottom here. I have to agree with this move, actually. They'll get a little bit more cover, better line of sight options.
So there goes the Tide from Dreamhouse, I do believe. May have been killed right away because he didn't get much mana back. And as you can see, Sidu doing a great job as usual on his mana, 60,000 mana, but the amount of damage that can come out from this MLS means a kill can come at any time.
Yeah, and the dots are just not on Team EG coming out of Dakaroth. He's just not getting a good opportunity to
Wow, he barely deep froze him before he got behind the pillar. All right. So, I mean, this is it. EG has to score a kill at this point. Azael's taking a lot of damage. Sidu looking like a pro, obviously, because the amount of mana he has, great conservation. Yeah. So if EG doesn't win this match, they're gone. So this is it. They need to score this kill to stay alive in the tournament.
Yep, absolutely vital. And you can see it's really translating into their play. They've had this match running the way they want to for several minutes now. We're at the 6-minute, 20-second mark, and I'd say for the vast majority of this match, EG has had the upper hand in both mana and damage done, but now that MLS is just playing its tricks. You know, they're catching them out in the open field, getting them into some deep freezes.
Wow.
You see some coils, some polys thrown around, just trying to disrupt EG and get them in a position where that MLS can burst you down, because that's their only hope.
Talbadar right there attempted to mass dispel the sheep that was happening up on the top to get Sidu out of it, but it was a little bit early, didn't catch the sheep. And Talbadar taking a whole lot of damage right now. Sidu is standing in good position, able to line of sight a whole bunch, but Rodriguez coming up, counter-spelling him. He's not going to get any heals with a Hex on to Azael, and here comes the fear as Talbadar is feared away, gets behind the pillar, trying to line of sight.
That was MS used by Sidu, so
and there's the War Stomp also. Talbadar. So much damage coming out on Talbadar. Those dots all over the place.
Oh,
plus
nice
Rodriguez's
peel on Drudenhouse
damage.
with that coil. Got rolling dots on him. And there's his Inez.
Oh, but here comes Talbadar. He's going to try to heal. Gets a flash off. It was impact stun, but that Spirit Link Totem dropped down, and Talbadar and Sidu are now picked back up, but Rodriguez having to block right there.
Yeah.
And look at this. Now, Drudenhouse's mana might play into effect right now because
Yeah.
he's really low on life. He has the team chasing him. Talbot trying to get in range.
He's feared out. This
Oh,
is
and
probably
we hear
it.
AG call it for
Oh
him.
yeah, feared out into
Here
nowhere.
comes the damage. Drudenhouse down to 30,000 hit
Death
points
into a
right now.
howl. And
But
the
it's deep
Spirit
freeze.
Link comes down barely.
Oh, but Necroth
Barely.
isn't in that Spirit Link, so it only average. There we go.
Yeah,
now
but-
it's going to put all of them back to about 75% hit points as we see the spell lock onto Rodriguez. All this crowd control coming from both teams. All
Rodriguez
right.
was doing a good job appealing there, by the way. He had a deep freeze on his
Oh,
tail.
and
That's
there's
the kill.
and they're going to get
Tag
that run. Drudenhouse
portals
was
up.
silenced. Oh, and he gets away. Those dots kill him even when he ports.
Drudenhouse not able to get back
Yeah.
up there in time. Probably a bit of miscommunication on their part. I don't think he went into portal way out of range of his healer. And that's going to keep EG in this match. They made that look good the whole time.
They did. Right from the start, the momentum was in their favor. There was a little lull during the center of the match, of course, a little bit before the kills where some risky situations with Talbot are here and there, but man, Team EG.
They managed. They persevered.
back.
Yeah, and that's honestly what they do best. Like I said, the first match, they just weigh their opponents. They find out how they're going to play. There's a big difference between EU and US play styles. So, you know, I think maybe they're a little more comfortable, but how comfortable can you be when it's for real game match now?
All right. So we will check and get these players back in once they're ready to play again. So I know that Team EG looks like they are ready. I mean, this is such a big match for them. This round is going to determine just this round.
Yep.
Just
They've
like
got to be feeling great about Blade's Edge. I mean, that's such a great map to win on against MLS. It really is. You feel so confident because that is a difficult matchup against Wizards.
It definitely is.
All the control on bridge, so much burst that can be delivered at so many angles where you could barely even, you know, get back to them or close distance. They've got to be feeling really, really confident after that.
There's a lot of play on the top of the bridge to begin with, but once the play style shifted down to the bottom, you know, you could really see how the Shamans.
Yeah, but see, 1-1 now. Still best of 3, Jared.
Oh,
It can only mean one thing.
Oh, yes. This means that this round, this determining map, will determine if Team EG goes home or not.
Exactly.
Huge.
Or game since Dino, will they go home?
Since now it is
Someone.
1-1. I just put them in, and it's going to be Dalaran Arena. Let's hear it for the teams. Come on, these guys. It's
Match
such a big
point.
match.
Sewers of Dalaran.
All right.
It's either single limb and a shot at everything, or you're out of here. And it's all going to be decided on the Sewers.
Comes down right to the very end, since our semifinals will be coming up pretty quickly. But we have to play through this first. Facing elimination, I mean, what has to be going through the heads of Team EG at this point?
Like I said, they've got to be feeling pretty good after Blade's Edge win. It's a difficult map for them to really control, and they did. They controlled the pace of that the entire time. Now, Sewers is a bit of a different beast altogether. They can use a lot more line of sight at their boxes. You'll see Talbot playing out in mid like we've seen most other EG Sewers matches. He can play super aggressive. Sidu and Azael are masters at playing box. They'll guard each other all day long, and when Rigas gets in there and he goes for that big ring combo and Dakroth comes charging in, that's when EG is going to pounce.
All right,
that is
the
a
gates
trap.
are about to open. It's already got you off of Dalaran Arena. All right, if you're here for Team EG, let's hear it for them. Such a
They need your
comeback.
support. It's all
All right.